Oh, sorry, just drinking Arsenal tears. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Dugout Football Channel. The Reds are off to Wembley for the first time since 2015. The Reds are in the League Cup Final, and tonight is a bit of a celebration stream, as always. But joining me is my lovely, lovely panel. We are missing one person, but I'm sure he will be with us, or maybe not. Anyway, but joining us. She may be poorly, but she is up for a celebration. It's a lovely Sophie. How are you, Sophie?
I'm good, thank you. Looking forward to tonight's show.
Yeah, I am as well. I am as well. We've been joined by the Welsh dragon himself, Connor Niblett from the Kop Council. How are you, Connor?
I wouldn't call myself that. But if we're in a party, if we're in a party mood, I just love watching Arsenal fans last night crying on Twitter and YouTube and all that other stuff. And of course, we're going to talk about all those lovely tears anyway. But I'm good, mate. Hopefully, everyone else is doing fantastic as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're also joined by, I think, someone who was pretty happy last night on the 1892 Reds podcast. I did see that stream heading home.
Yeah,
It is Mr. Jack Mack LFC. How
Yeah.
are you, Jack?
Cheers, mate. Cracking. Made up to speak to everyone on the panel and everyone in chat as well. Buzzing, mate. And just a quick shout out. Go and applaud anyone to see that absolute weapon try and take on about 50 Scousers outside at the Emirates last night. If you haven't seen the video, I'll send it later. But there was some nutter that tried to disrupt the singing outside the ground. It was absolutely hilarious. But cheers for having me on, mate. And can't wait to get stuck into.
Oh, my absolute pleasure. No, my absolute pleasure. Hello to Helen Raybold and hello to John Moore. Thank you very much for tuning in. There's only one place to start. We're going to Wembley. Arsenal 0, Liverpool 2. That's now Jota's 5th goal against Arsenal for Liverpool, and that's only been about 3 or 4 appearances. I mean, so if you made a very, very good point yesterday. There's a signing that we've basically seen came out of nowhere. How good has Diogo Jota actually been?
Sorry, you're going to get that a lot. You're going to get me just pausing randomly so don't cough down everyone. Incredible. Like I said it yesterday, he's by far my favourite signing we never saw coming. And a lot of people under the comments just straight away like, what about Fabinho? And I was like, no, but when we signed Fabinho, we knew the impact he would have. We knew why he was brought in. We knew he was brought in to be that CDM. With Jota, we were just under the impression that he was just going to be a backup to the front three, that he was just going to be that cup player or, the dead leg, the dead rubber games. He was going to be that player or, the substitute. No one thought he would be second behind Mo Salah in terms of goal scoring ability, in terms of attacking ability. His clinicalness in the final third is unparalleled. You take Salah out of the equation, he's probably one of the second, in my opinion, I think he's probably one of the second best forwards in the league in that position, doing what he does, and in the situation that we're in as well. And he's just, without him, you take him out, and as much as I love Bobby, the quality just drops far too far. And there's nobody there, especially with us missing Mo and Sad and Mane. I don't miss them as much as I would have had we not had Jota.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm comfortable with him and I trust him to do it. He's just outstanding.
It's just, I mean, Connor, 14 goals and 27 appearances this season is, you're probably going on sort of Luis Suarez levels with that kind of consistency.
Yeah, you are, and not bad for a signing that we all wanted. Well, we didn't want instead of Timo Werner. Remember that back 2 years ago?
Oh Christ, yeah.
It's again. It shows how good the recruitment team is. And we all knew last season how much of an impact he could be for Liverpool. If it wasn't for the injury against Atalanta, we don't know, what his records would have been last year. But this year, he's been brilliant. I think when everyone is fit and called upon, I think he is in that 3 now for me. I think
agree.
It's harsh because I love Bobby Firmino, but for me, I think Jota, he does everything what Bobby can do. and score goals. So it's just that added element. It's nice to have, of course, with Mo and Sadio being back, it'd be nice to have all of them fit, hopefully. And it's that fact that, he's just an added element to what is a brilliant attacking lineup. And it's now, could he get 20 plus goals this season? Can he get 25? Can he get plus, could he even try and get 30? Who knows? It's a mad end to the season. It could be for him, but yeah, look, what an unbelievable signing. And I always love that tweet of that Wolves fan saying, "Thank you, Liverpool, for the 41 million." It's more like the other way around.
Yeah, I mean, Jack, people said at the time 41 million was an absolute ridiculous price to pay for, obviously, a player who's, been sort of bit part at Wolves. But Jota's just come in, and I don't think I've ever seen a more clinical striker score goals like he has. I mean, as we've obviously said this season, he actually owns the Emirates Stadium. Remember that. How many goals does he actually? That 4 goals against Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium.
Yeah, it's madman. I think Jesse Lingard owns the Emirates. I think he loves a cheeky dance move, but yeah, no, it's been tremendous. As Soph and Connor have said, it's remarkable, and he's our little shithouse, isn't he? Like, we love him. We got him and Robbo on the pitch, and you need that in your team. You need players that have that ability to not sort of put the two things up to the opposition and go toe to toe with them, especially giving it to the crowd. We'd hate it if it was a player doing that, but it's even better when you've got a player with that ability that just winds them all up. He's done that against, obviously, when we played Leicester, all their songs, and then he'd come on and then change the game, and what Ben White done last week to our lad Taki, and then I'm pretty sure Jota got revenge for him, because they are a family. They're our family anyway, or every single player. But yeah, Chris, spot on there. By a country mile, mate, I know a lot of people go, Bruno and that, but obviously tremendous. And for me, he should be leading the line for Portugal. Sod Ronaldo, so especially over the last 12 months. But yeah, we're just blessed, and it's good that we've got that ability. There will be games like last night. Obviously, Jota off the left. I think he is stronger doing that off the left instead of playing the central role, but it's the great options in which we've got now. With if it is Mane, Salah, Jota, Firmino, even all 4 of them certain games, we've got that option now in the future to play them all.
Yeah. I want to go to the moment where I thought the game was won. It was that save from Gallagher from Lacazette free kick, Sophie. I mean, we're already saying it's so good to have a goalkeeper, a number 2 to rely on, but Gallagher is just getting better and better and better, that it's going to be almost impossible to not play him in the final.
Yeah, I mean, Gallagher, Klopp said it himself. They asked, why he dropped Alisson and put Gallagher back in for this game, and he's like, well, it's Gallagher's cup, it's Gallagher's competition. He's got us here. Why not play him? And one of my friends put up on Twitter last night, he was like, who should be in the final? Should it be Alisson or Gallagher? And I was like, it's Gallagher 100%. And he was like, well, why? He was like, but you play your best. I said, but Gallagher is just as good in certain, in most aspects. If it came down to it and someone said, who would rather have Alisson or Gallagher? You'd obviously pick Alisson. But Gallagher he's so young. And for him to be showing the positional awareness that he shows already this early on in his career, especially considering his progression arc from when he first signed for us to now, it's been astronomical. And that save yesterday, no, it wasn't like an excellent display of position. He was in the right position, but it's the reaction. It's the time and that he took to know where that ball was going. And he read Lacazette's body language to a T. And that's what a goalie should do. It's not always about, are you positioning yourself in the best party line? You're going to get caught out position-wise. But it's about how you react to it straight away. And he did that. So for me, 100% he deserves to go to the final for that. And what a number 2 he's turning out to be. Like, there's no anxiety when he plays, is there? You sit there, let's play. Sound all right, yeah, great. Like, you just don't. Now, it's like if Adrian goes between the sticks, you start panicking, your knees start buckling underneath you. But Gallagher, he's like comfort food, isn't he? He's tried, he's tested, you like it.
Yeah. Good evening, Dan.
Hi guys, sorry for being late. I haven't been working today, but we've got just been snowed under decorating the house all day, but I've took a break for an hour, and here I am.
Oh, bless. Decorating the house.
Yeah, I'm a bit dishevelled. I'm not my usual smart self, so yeah, here's a bit of
don't worry. We're just waxing lyrical over our number 2 Gallagher.
I know, I got onto that. I wasn't sure when I first turned on, and Sophie was saying how assured she was with him in goal and what a great backup keeper he was. I thought she might have just been speaking about Adrian for a minute, but obviously not. Yeah, he's brilliant, isn't he? And the issue for Liverpool's going to be, he's going to want more game time, isn't he, going forward? I'm not too sure how old he is. How old is he?
22, is he? 22?
Yeah, so he's not like a baby, is he? He's not like 17, 18. He's going to what?
No.
It's going to be like the issue, and he's going to start wanting more game time. So I don't know what the future holds there. You know, whether we could loan him out or something. I'm not too sure, but who knows? But obviously, then you're weaker in our number 2 position. So got an issue certainly.
Yeah, definitely. I think the thing you have to say, Connor, though, is that people are actually comparing them to Oliver Kahn. Is that being a little bit too over the top?
Well, to compare him to one of the best goalkeepers in history, it's a little bit too far. But no, look, it's the fact that, you know, it's exactly what Soph said. It's the fact that we can now not worry if Ali is missing or injured or, you know, so on. We have a number 2 keeper now that is comfortable. You know, the players look comfortable. I always remember last year when Joe Gomez and Adrian had their mix-up at Ajax, and Joe Gomez just looked at Adrian with the most disgusting look I've seen ever on a player. And I'm just like, that is, you know, that's what Adrian does towards a Liverpool side, compared to a Gallagher that is calm, collected, and probably has better distribution than Alisson, I would say.
Yeah.
That's a shout.
It's a big shout, but I think he does. And I think that, look, it's it's like Dan said, he will want game time in the future. The problem is, Ali is up there with the best keepers in the world on his day. And can Gallagher break that? I don't know, truly. But look, if he's, it's going to be kind of like that Divock Origi situation. Is he comfortable being the number 2 for Liverpool? And that maybe not. But at the minute, he definitely starts the cup final for me. That's no debate or doubt in that.
Yeah, I have to say I agree. Jack, do you think Gallagher starts the final?
Yeah, most definitely, mate. And I think even, as I said to Luke and Ricky last night, hopefully we're 3-0 up and just swap Alisson if you want. Just give both goalies a bit of game time, or even throw Ali up front if you want to. But yeah, for me, he starts Gallagher.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, I'm just. Do you know? Do you know when Rebecca? Do you know when you have to like sneak in because like you're obviously live on a podcast. Rebecca just came in like a snail with my tea. It's like right at the side of me, and I've literally just squirted tomato ketchup on there. But yeah, enough of my tea anyway. What I will say though, Thomas Partey, that was a nice wee cameo for him coming on.
That was unfair. That was cruel. That was really poor game.
I honestly, do you know the thing is, I have absolutely no idea why he came on in the first place. The guy's just been like traveling 7 hours from like Cameroon to London. No doubt he would have been tired.
Well, it's not even the length of the flight, is it? Like, this is a lad who's just been away for 2-3 weeks on international duty, playing with different players in a different style. Ultimately, like, we know that a player can play very differently for club and country. We've seen it happen with like Gini Wijnaldum and stuff like that. So he's got used to playing that way, training a certain way for 3 weeks. Is probably just fatigued in general. Gets off a plane. Your boss says, right, you're going on the bench because we need the numbers. And he's gone, all right, yes, sound. No intention to actually be used there. And then he puts him on the pitch and he makes 2 mistakes. He gets 2 yellows, he gets a red, he gets sent off. That, for me, is not on Thomas Partey's head. That's not his fault.
Must be on Arteta. It's Arteta, isn't it?
Because you do not the substitution didn't even make sense.
No.
Anyway, it really didn't make sense. Taking off an attacking player for the midfield, it didn't make sense when you're losing. But it was just the flight aside, the lad, he's out of sync with the boys around him. It's just cruel. Yeah. It's like you were hanging him out to dry. Like you wanted someone to blame for the loss. So you thought, oh, we'll put Partey on that. I felt like he got used a bit like a scapegoat.
Yeah, to be fair though, he has had a disastrous Afcon. I've watched all of Ghana's games, and Ghana were dreadful. I think he's probably one of the picks of probably being like the best of a bad bunch. But honestly, Ghana were shockingly bad, and that's why we'll obviously come into Crystal Palace a little bit later on. But that's why Jordan Ayew is available for the game on Sunday, because obviously he played for Ghana. But I mean, Jack, I look at Arsenal and I look at Arteta. He is not going to be the right man for that job, is he?
No. Well, we grew up always watching Wenger, especially in the early years when he come from China or wherever he come from. He developed that Arsenal side from the ground up, and I don't think the Arsenal fans haven't got patience. I think with us, we understood with Klopp. He said it's not going to be a quick fix. Obviously, we watched him at Dortmund build his team, and when he was at Mainz, he's not a manager that goes out and spends loads of money. But even the players he brought in, I think, as I said, the Ramsdale thinks he's like the best goalkeeper in the world. I'm all for players having confidence, but Christ, he's got far too much. And obviously Jota sat him down, took him down a couple of pegs last night. But Arteta he's a yes man, and there's too many yes men. He's like Brendan Rodgers, really. I know he's in the early stage of his career, it's quite harsh, but his highest of his career was putting cones out for Pep, and that's as good as his managerial career will get. For me, he's just a massive Spanish yes man. So
Dan, you made a very good point yesterday. You actually WhatsApped me and said, I hope Arsenal are happy that they basically they thought the first leg had been won.
Yeah. Well, it was the Carabao Cup, but it also became like a bit of a grudge match for me, because there was all the furore about Liverpool missing the first game with the COVID, and then they had they had their Tottenham game, didn't they, missed, and then going back to the Liverpool Arsenal game in the league, there was that thing with Klopp and Arteta, and then last week when they got the draw, it looked to me very much like they thought the job was done. That perma-tanned little whopper, Ben White, throwing a shirt into the crowd and all that, and all their fans singing "We're on our way to Wembley," and then you got all the usual divvies, the Liverpool Twitterati who needs euphonising, so saying Liverpool are terrible and all that, and I was fuming, and it just become like this little bit of like a grudge match thing, and I was just so made up when we won last night. I thought, where are you now, Ben White? Get your top off now and go and throw it into the crowd, you divvy. Made up, mate. And that's about it. Even I never seen it last week, but AFTV they tweeted the picture last week of when Minamino missed the chance, and Ben White was sort of like looking over and like shouting and laughing or whatever, and they put like just what a picture, and they were made up, and then everyone's obviously retweeted it this week with the picture of Jota scoring and Ben White looking forlorn with what a picture. They thought they had that one, mate.
I decided to quote tweet them, and my thing was, life comes at you fast. So unlucky. Let's see what some of you are saying. Sebastian, good evening. Thank you very much for tuning in. Kelleher is really good. Yeah, Kelleher is absolutely fantastic. Our keeper situation similar to City when they had Hart and Caballero. Hart played league games and Caballero played cup games. Yeah, I think we were talking about that. I think if Kelleher is happy to be, playing cup games, I think I actually think we've got a good chance in the cups this season. I really, really do. I think we're built to be a cup team. And I look at the FA Cup tie against Cardiff City that's coming up. We should, no disrespect to Cardiff City, and obviously, Nathan and Paul, who are very good Cardiff City friends and fans of the club. They've been pish. They have been absolutely pish this season. So we should with a reserve squad, with a rotated squad, we should be winning that probably 2-3-0, if I'm being honest. Hello to Liz Golden. Thank you for tuning in. Partey must be the only player to get knocked out of 2 cup competitions in the same day, AFCON and League Cup. Yeah, absolutely. Partey landed in midday, called Arteta. They spoke, and next thing they saw, Arteta's played. Yeah, I'm sorry, but that's on Arteta. That is definitely on Arteta. That Partey sub was absolutely comedy gold. Yep, I don't think any Arsenal fan expected that, and I don't think they expected them to see him on the bench either. Partey was a defensive change, was shocked by that sub. Yeah, I think everyone was as well. Good evening to Elevator Escalator fan. Arteta is just a Lampard in management. Will build the blocks and get sacked when pressure will be on. I think that's a good point as well. I'm still recovering from yesterday. I was going mad watching the game. You love to see that the Reds are in a final. Yes, absolutely. Arteta is the best guy for the job. Long may he reign. Gunners, Ollie, right? Oh yeah, Ollie, yeah. Definitely. Brian, even better without Ben White. Yeah, that's a good point. That is a very good point. Brighton have done a lot better without Ben White as well. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. I mean, that. Do you know what, Connor? Minamino should have went up to Ben White's face and said, "Ha ha." Should have done the same he did last week, because I thought that was disrespectful.
I forwarded a tweet, an Instagram post last night of just Ben White's facial reaction to Jota's goal going in, and it was a thing of beauty. Absolutely loved it. And it's the fact that it's just the whole environment around Arsenal. They were acting like this was, well, funny enough, All or Nothing, which will be coming out on Amazon, which I can't wait to watch that. That'll be absolutely hilarious.
That's going to be fucking hilarious, that.
But it was just, as Dan said, Arsenal turned this into a grudge match. Everything that was coming out from them, Arteta, giving slight digs here and there. And it's like, yesterday they gave everything to that and still didn't look threatening at all. Like, it's like this Arsenal team, like Arsenal back when I was a kid, used to be scared of them. Thierry Henry, Patrick Vieira, all of those. Now you just laugh at them. They're not scary anymore. Like, they're a huge club historically, and with trophies and all like that. But on the pitch, I'm just not scared of them, and that's what Arteta is lacking. Like Jack said, unless they get that manager like Antonio Conte with Spurs, if he gets a proper summer and proper backing, they will be a scary team to play against. Arsenal won't be that under Mikel Arteta.
Yeah. I absolutely agree. I mean, Sophie, I know that obviously, like, your hobby to be as an Arsenal fan, but even you must have been so happy to like God in his face. Yes, because last week you said that was it like Ben White's better than Van Dijk? I mean, come on, like Arsenal fans must be the most deluded fan base that I can think of. I watched AFTV last night. I usually don't. But Ty's still going on about the Mane incident with Tommy S. I mean, just give it a rest, man.
So Keith's tweet about he put Virgil van Hoo saying that Ben White after the game, he's not actually serious. I'd just like to clarify that before people start like hunting down Keith on Twitter and being like, but they're losers. He wasn't being serious. Like, he knows that Virgil van Dijk is the best centre back in the world, and he knows how much I love Virgil. So any opportunity he can take to wind me up about it, he will. Like, he tweeted that and then started laughing from the office and was like, check your phone, like, just to wind me up. But yesterday, like, to be fair, he's not one of those Arsenal fans that, like, you see on Twitter where they thought it was 1 after the 0-0. As soon as they got 0-0 last week, Keith said, we were lucky to get 0-0 there. He went, but when you come to us next week, you're going to batter us. Like, he was under no illusion that was going to happen. I think that's just Twitter for you, really, to be honest. It's the overreaction of certain Arsenal fans who think that the best thing since sliced bread, when in reality you're a mid-table team at best. Trying to be realistic about these things. But, like, I don't know, I didn't really goad in his face, like, laugh at it. Like, if it was a Premier League game, you can bet your you can bet your last penny that I'm going to rub it in for 6 weeks after the match, and have done over the past decade. But this wasn't one that I really rubbed, because, to be honest, I'm not really arsed about the cup games. I mean, I'm happy for the lads who obviously they're now in the final. Me personally, if we'd have gone out, we'd have gone out. It's not like it's the league or the Champions League for me. Happy for us to go to Wembley, but it wasn't one that I really felt the need to rub his face in. I mean, I will admit it was quite funny, when at the start when all the stats were coming up, and it was like Liverpool have not won their last 6 games in London, and etc. Keith did turn around and I was like, "Oh, look, you're not going to do nothing now, are you? You haven't got a very good record recently." And I think there was a bit of banter at the start of the game, but afterwards, it was just like, okay, we're going to Wembley. Sound. Yeah,
definitely. Has anyone seen the kick-off time for the final?
No, mate. I just guessed it's going to be half 4.
8:45.
At night, isn't it? Is it? Oh yeah, obviously not in the morning.
I was going to say,
Quarter to 8 at night on the 27th of February.
I mean, that's all right for the travelling fans back, isn't it? I mean, it's all right for Chelsea fans, I suppose, but Liverpool fans will be getting back quite late, won't they? Really late.
Yeah.
I'd be up
and
for
it's on a Sunday, innit? The Sunday, so it'll be a school stroke work day the next day, so it's not great, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Imagine if it was like 8:15 though. That'd be mad, wouldn't it? Imagine the atmosphere. It's Christ. It's bad enough I'm there in the early kickoffs. I'm excited. And getting a ticket, it's like gold dust in itself anyway, even going to Anfield. So did we sell normal corporate tickets to all like sponsors and that? Literally, it'd be like
something like that.
Allocation for Liverpool, it's probably like 5,000 or something stupid.
What for this final? Did you get a lot, don't you, for the Carabao? It's 33,000.
There's not 25,000 or something.
No, 33 it is. You don't get much for the FA Cup because, as Jack said, a lot goes to corporate and all that. But for the League Cup, it's like the fans' final. That's what they try and market it as.
Yeah. Excuse me. Let's see what some of you are saying. I'm discovering that a lot of players are moving to new clubs only to ruin their careers. That's a bit of an understatement, I suppose. After last week's Arsenal bus park, and I knew Kop would have had Fabinho, Henderson and Trent to vary their dinked passes and crosses. I said Jota plus 2 goals was printing money, mainly cause of White. Didn't back it, of course, idiot. Oh, Stu. You back yourself more. To be fair, I'm not a betting man, so I can't really talk. Look, Arsenal need to be winning and losing games for their all for nothing documentary. Also, AFT will be happy they lost for the views. I don't like that a lot anyway. I really don't. Kane Dolan, good evening. Sorry to be tardy to the party. I've not heard that in a while. Was busy eating way too much Chinese. Nice. Nice. Party didn't make any difference by playing. I think he destroyed Arsenal's chance. Arsenal fans are gullible. Yes. Ben White should have stayed at Brighton. Who wants to know the worst part about Ty? Oh, God, here we go. Give it, please. Just let us know. He was born in February.
Nah, that's not right. No, there's no way he's 52.
He's 52. No way.
No.
I'm not. No, I'm sorry. I'm not having that. I'm not having that. Lauren, 8.5 million. Turi, 0.5 million. Campbell free, Cole free. Compare that to Ruin and half decent back four with Ben White at 50 million. Jesus, the Seagulls. With Seagulls, Squadron, Mustafi. Oh my gosh. I love Ty. He's Arsenal Football Club cat.
Is he the guy who wears all the replica Arsenal gear, is he?
Yes.
Is that what he meant?
He's the one with like earbuds and then like big headphones.
He's funding their transfer.
I think I know what you mean. He wears like a lot. He wears like all Arsenal replica regalia, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought before 30 p.m. kickoff, I can only assume that's because other clubs in London will be playing. Yeah, let me just double check that actually. Let me just double check because I did because I want to check the fixtures for that because we were meant to be playing Arsenal on that day.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's been postponed. But let me just check.
They're still crying for me after that gone, aren't they?
Apparently, Watford Norwich is this evening. So let's just check the weekend. So, right. No, there's actually no game on the Sunday, so hence why it's so late. I don't know.
It'll just be for the TV, won't it? I presume abroad to maximise
I would imagine
sales.
so.
I mean, to be fair, for the people not going, it's going to be better spectacle, innit? Because night games under the lights and all that's great, and it adds to the excitement. But obviously, for the fans who are going, but I'm sure they won't mind getting home a bit late and having an early morning or whatever the next day. You've got to check the cup final.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'm parking myself on the couch to watch that final. So yeah. Hope you heard that. Hello to Devils United. Hope you are doing well. It's better than the Cardiff start time. I'll have to be drinking at 7 a.m. watching LFC win on my birthday.
It's a good
you're in Florida. Because you're in Florida, aren't you, Liz? So yeah, that's.
I'm about to get the VIP.
Oh, I know. AFTV tweeted out on his birthday last year. I'm not bullshitting. Wow. It's okay. If I stood next to Ty, I would pat him on the head saying it's okay. Why on earth are we playing against midday against Cardiff? TV rights. ITV. Blame ITV. So I'll go through each one of you. Man of the match for last night. Sophie, who was your man of the match?
Oh, I want to say Trent because he was sublime, but I'm going to have to go for Jota because he scored 2 goals. You know?
Yeah.
You've got to go for goals.
I think that's fair. Jack?
Jota for the celebration. Just, Jota.
Yeah, Jota the slaughtered. Dan?
I was in work for the first half, so I can't give it an accurate thing. Obviously, Jota was amazing. Sense with the assist, but the person who I thought stood out from what I seen was Fabinho. But Fabinho was brilliant. But obviously, man of the match was Jota. But yeah, just to sort of cast another view, I thought Fabinho looked great.
I'm going on the shelf with the other dog.
Connor?
Yeah, Jota. Agree with Dan. I think Fabinho was brilliant when he was available. I think he saved Virgil once, where Virgil kind of got turned by Martinelli. And Fabinho was just there. It's like, nope, you're not getting past. So, yeah, but yeah, Jota, he's brilliant. And yeah, man of the match, rightfully so.
Yeah, never did like midweek games unless it was Europe. Just a waste of time altogether. Jota and Trent, man of the match. Joint man of the match. Oh, that's interesting. Jota, Slaughter, man of the match, but Trent was excellent too. No, Helen, I'm grateful to be turning 50. Wow, that's great, Liz. Love Douglas's commitment doing stream while eating. Yeah. You've got to have food. I'm pretty sure Jack's done that in the past as well. I'm pretty sure Connor's done that in the past.
I've left the last stream on when I'm scrolling as well by accident.
I'm pretty sure we've all done that. I'm pretty sure we've all done that. Anyway, but just very, very quickly, obviously the finalists will be Chelsea. I mean, Sophie, would you have rather the final be earlier than February? Because they're not on the best of runs at the moment, Chelsea.
No, not really asked, to be honest. I mean, look at the date now. It's what? 21st of January? I was going to say August then. Bloody hell, I really have flown through time. It's the end of January now. But It'll be the end of February then. Anyway, Chelsea have got a lot of games to play as well. Like, I can't really see them picking the form up that drastically. And, it's not really a long gap between the games anyway. So, no. I just think, do you know what? If we're going to win it and Chelsea are on the best, even better. If you beat Chelsea when they're at the best, it's even sweeter, isn't it?
I'm pretty glad it's not the 21st of August because I would be married right now. So would you.
I'd just 2 days coming back from my honeymoon if it was the 21st of August.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I was like, hang on, 21st of August? I would have been married by it.
August from it's January, but January's been that long. In my head, it's been 8 months worth. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, Jack, how are you feeling that it's Chelsea?
Yeah, I'm excited, mate. I know Tuchel is very difficult when it comes to cup games. It's the first time two German managers have managed it in Wembley anyway. It's a Stafford history books.
Hang on.
Dortmund Munich would have been.
Well, Dortmund Munich would have been the first one, but in the Prem, probably. Yeah.
In football. But I'm just looking at the fixtures as well. You've got obviously the first leg with Lille on the 22nd of February. Then obviously the Liverpool-Chelsea one at the final. That's on the 27th. And then you got Burnley on the 5th of March. So they've got a bit of time there to recover. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see. All the hopes for this season hinge on N'Golo Kante being fit. He is their main man in terms of he just runs the show in that midfield. It's an absolute nightmare to play against. But Lukaku and Timo not being firing, and they probably won't be. They probably will play with Kai Havertz up front. But confident, mates, the way we've played this season, we bottled a 2-goal lead at the Bridge, didn't we? And we should have really just managed that game a lot better. And hopefully we can do that in the final. But yeah, I'm confident, mate, that we should.
Yeah. Dan, do you remember the last final we had with Chelsea in the League Cup?
Yeah, unless I'm mistaken, it was the Gerrard own goal day, wasn't it? 2000.
It was. Mourinho's first final. Mourinho's first trophy.
Yeah, and was it Chelsea? No, it wasn't Chelsea, mate. It was Antonio Nunes. I always get them two confused, and he made a 3-2 in injury time of extra time. But yeah, I remember it, yeah. I mean, honestly, Liverpool and Chelsea, mate, over the last bit, probably starting with that 2003 game where we were going for the Champions League on the last game. Since then, mate, we've give each other some bloody noses, mate. Stopped each other winning some big trophies, and this is going to be the latest in a long line. But I'm looking forward to it, as Sophie said. Obviously, I want to win, and I'll be gutted if we don't. But it's the League Cup, and it's not going to be. It's not the be all and end all. If we get beat, I'll be disappointed. But as I say, I'm more looking forward to the experience for some of the maybe lesser players to get a game. Although it'll be interesting on the day. I don't know whether he's touched on at the start. Do you think Salah's going to play? Because I don't think he's ever played a League Cup game for Liverpool, has he?
I could probably see him play the final. Play the final.
And then depending on injuries, there's going to be some selection issues in midfield, isn't it? Because like when Fabinho and Thiago played, I don't think we've ever lost a game after them started. Then you've got Naby, then you've got some of the other players who've played in this run, like Curtis and people like that. Harvey Elliott's fit back now. There's going to be, some interesting selection issues for that time, I would say.
Yes, Douglas, I'm old. Someday you lot will get there too.
Listen, every day is a blessing. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You never know the minute.
I fancy us to beat Chelsea regardless. Chelsea are still desperately searching for a Lukaku receipt. Yeah.
Don't last too much. Don't last too much for the final coming up because he might come good.
Yeah, I'm confident we can beat Chelsea. Do you get discount working for Tesco's? Yes, I do get discount. So many legends in one stream, but a tough watch for obvious reasons. Hello to Mr. Glenn Kitely. I hope you're all right. Thank you for tuning in, as always. Still raging over that 2012 FA Cup final.
I forgot about that one, yeah.
I am as well. Pure banter selection. Start Origi in the final. Chelsea won't know what to do. Interesting. Yeah. Connor, the performance of Cade Gordon last night. What did you make of his performance?
I thought it was pretty decent, to be honest with me. I think, look, it's hard for a 17-year-old kid to just come into the team and, perform, like a world-class player. I think he did pretty well. I think he was unlucky with, the one opportunity he had that he skied over the bar. It was great positioning from him just to come back on that play. And, look, it'll come for him. I think Jurgen has faith in him. And I wouldn't be surprised if he started Cardiff in the FA Cup again. And I think, look, if we get further and further ahead in the FA Cup and he gets more and more game time, that would be only a good thing. But I thought he did pretty decent. And look, I wish he had scored the goal because then that would have just topped the cherry off. But look, at the end of the day, he did pretty decent.
I've done a Jack Mack. Bloody muted myself. Oh, dear. What I was going to say, that run that he made into the box, yes, it was a bad miss, but he actually is very, very good play. Firmino took Ben White away from him, and basically he got a chance at goal. But yeah, I think he'll start Cardiff. I think he will start Cardiff. It's quite annoying that we've actually got another international break coming at the end of January. I've never seen an international break at the end of January before.
But you know what? The only amazing thing about that is after the international break, we get Harvey Elliott and Thiago back.
That's true.
And the Afcon lads as well, isn't it?
Exactly, and they get a bit of a break then. They get a little bit of a rest.
So I don't think it's coming at a bad time for a bit of a reset, get people fit, and then push on for the last sort of third of the season.
Yeah.
A little bit of compromise, isn't it, on a winter break?
Yeah. Just a wee plug. Go and check out my Afcon predictions, because I have predicted one of the Reds to be coming home at the last 16 round, but I won't say who. Actually,
I know Naby's not playing the next game, is he? Because he got booked, didn't he?
Oh, did he? Oh,
yeah, he got booked. He's missing the next game, whatever. So I don't know how that'll affect whether he gets through or not.
Yeah, I think Salah will be coming home. I think Egypt are going out. I don't see them being Ivory Coast.
Do you know what? I wouldn't be mad. Like, I'd be upset for Salah because I want the boys to do really well.
Yeah.
But if I could pick one of the three that are Afcon right now to come home, I'd take Salah back. I'd be like, okay, come on.
Me too.
Oh, well done, there. Let's go back into the change room.
It's an interesting one, though, that, isn't it? Because, yeah, we do want them back on that sort of selfish basis, but it does mean a lot to them, doesn't it? You don't know how it might affect the confidence. You know, Salah's their big star, and if they come home early, it might be that, you know.
I don't think it'll affect Salah's confidence, though, because...
I hope not.
It's a team sport. It's not... And I think the Egyptian team seems to put too much emphasis on Salah. Like, he's the only one who can fix everything. Like Barcelona did with Messi, the only one who can get anything from it. If Egypt do go out, it's not Salah's fault because there are 10 other men on the pitch, you know, in the team.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So I don't think... And Salah's not the type of player... He doesn't seem the type of player anyway to have that mentality that it's his fault. He'll be frustrated with his performances, but it won't be his fault per se. Well, I hope not anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. As good as Jota's two finishes were, I think Ramsdale should be getting to the first one. I know he was rolling footed, but that ball was rolling at the speed of an arthritic sloth. Your way with words is very, very good. I think Egypt have already beat expectations. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that is very, very fair. And don't do this. The worst case scenario for Liverpool fans is an Egypt-Senegal final. Well, from the way that Senegal have been playing, that ain't happening. Senegal have been shockingly bad. Well, the only goal that they scored was a Mane penalty against Zimbabwe. They have been utter dross since. Egypt are starting to get into their stride as well. I agree, Les, they have to play it better against Ivory Coast as well. But enough about AFCON. Enough about the final, because we do have a lot to get through as well. We did have a game at the weekend, and it was a comfortable 3-0 victory against Brentford. Sophie, you were there. How did you feel about that game?
First half was all right. It was kind of sloppy in places, but you could see where the game plan was going from there. Brentford were really high intensity pressing, but as the first half went on, it became apparent that they weren't going to be able to keep up that level, which showed straight away into the second half. We went up a gear. Our passing was impeccable. It was so quick. Those quick triangles around them. They were running around ragged for the ball, and I think we just outplayed them really. And you know, the lovely little header from Fabinho just before half-time was just... I think that was the nail in the coffin for them, because they'd held out so long, wave after wave after wave of attack. And I think it was a good game. It was a nice game. A comfortable game, yeah. It was good. Yeah,
well, especially that second half performance. But Jack, I know you've been waxing lyrical about Ivan Toney. I have to say, he had a couple of chances. He had a couple of chances to score.
Yeah, thank the Lord. Anyway, they didn't score. But yeah, Thomas Frank, he said it himself in the post-match. He said he wanted 0-0 because obviously he said he would have been a completely game second half. And we've seen similar against Brighton when we played Brighton. They got their goal, I think one of the goals before half time, and it changed the whole complexion of the game, confidence levels. But yeah, it's the league. It's difficult, and when we are focusing on the Champions League and obviously other cup competitions that we've probably got a better chance of winning. But it's got to be ticking these games off, especially Brentford. We've seen them come, as Soph said, they put their 2 pence in the meter and give it a go. We've seen worse sides come to Anfield and somehow get results, but yeah, they should be sound, fully safe in the league.
Yep.
Above expectations, I think, from their fan bases. Even though they've watched them the last season, they knew what to expect from Thomas Frank, him and his tactics. I really do rate him as a manager, as everyone knows. So, yeah. And I love him in his post-matches. Him and Klopp are probably the 2 best managers in the league for giving post-match interviews. He's honest, and I'm pretty sure he's a big fan of Liverpool as well. But, yeah, all the best to them, and a massive 3 points for us. And Ox to score, but yet again, he got injured, which isn't the best.
Yeah.
You know what was so funny about Ox? And literally just before 60-odd minutes, my dad went to me, so who do you reckon's going to be your subs? So who do you reckon the 3 subs are? And I was like, yeah, probably take Ox off. He's done a lot off the ball, but he's not really done anything with it when he gets it. By the time I'd finished the sentence, Ox scored. I mean, my dad both went, was that Jones? Was that? Who was that? It was so quick. We both went, who the fuck scored that? And when it came up as Ox, we both just went.
Diving header. To be fair, the diving header's sort of dying out of it, but you don't see it very often. But fair play.
Especially one play, you'd think, he might get injured. It's opposite. He actually had the bollocks to throw himself at the ball, like fair play.
Yeah, I'm going to leave that comment on screen because that is just incredible.
Oh yeah, I think my man has more goals than Sancho at this rate, and she's not in the frame.
Do you remember all the talk about Jadon Sancho coming to dominate this league? Not quite happened, Connor, has it?
With all due respect, Sancho is a fantastic player.
Yeah, 100%.
He's not being played in the way that he should be highlighted. That's like getting a diamond that is top crystal quality and sticking it on a rubber band with some hot glue and going, there's your ring. It doesn't work like that. If you want to get high quality, you've got to be surrounded by high quality, and you've got to be, the time and effort's got to be put into that. A player like Sancho, especially because he is so young as well, he's still got a bit of development to do. I think he was a big fish in a small pond over at Dortmund. You know what I mean? Like he was the golden poster boy, wasn't he? And when he's come here, they're a bigger fish in the Premier League. And he's playing around clams and fridges. He's got Fred, who doesn't know what day of the week it is. Maguire, who thinks every corner is a chance for a group hug. You know, he's got Ronaldo, who just stands there and points and then puts his hands on his hips and goes, like, you're surrounded by an absolute circus there, aren't you? You know, like Old Trafford should just have a tent erected with like circus sounds around it. Like,
yeah. Do you want to do that? Do I do that sound again for Ronaldo? Because that was hilarious.
No.
Sounds like Baby Yoda. That. Yeah, little Baby Yoda.
Sebastian is saying Fabinho at centre forward and better than Ronaldo. Well, if you actually saw the absolute clown that actually suggested that Nat Phillips should be our new centre forward.
Oh,
we haven't seen this tweet. Thank God they haven't. Is it?
I've never.
I shared it to Soph, and Jesus Christ Almighty, her reaction was a picture.
Was he being serious or was just
no serious? Doug sent me this tweet. And literally, as soon as I opened it, I just went, like, is there anything? Like, anything there? Like, there was how somebody can arguably say that Nat Phillips needs to be up front.
Yeah.
I was just sat there. I literally defended Doug. You fuck off. Honestly, there's some there are bad shouts on Twitter, but that's got to be.
Yeah, that has to be number one. That has to be number one. First off, was this dull bingo night at your granny's. Keane, your way of words is excellent, my friend. Second half picked up slightly, but to be honest, all I'm concerned about is the 3 points. Yeah, absolutely.
You'd have a good time with mine, then. She's quality.
You played on bingo with Margie, with mine, absolutely. Yeah.
It was a good win considering a dire performance at prior games. Yep. Fabinho was brilliant in that match on both sides of the ball. I've just read that one. Fabinho's just the best CDM in the Prem. Ox is injured again, so he's out of Palace game. Not necessarily. He's back in training, so hopefully he'll be fit. But if not, then he'll be back for the Cardiff game. I would think. Yeah, Klopp wearing a suit at Wembley is a must see. Yeah, I wonder what he's going to do. I wonder what he's going to do.
Nicer. Like for me, that'd be like weird.
I don't think he'll wear a suit.
Yeah,
he wore one for the Champions League final that they lost against Bayern Munich, and he I think he said he'd never do it again.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I think what Klopp likes to do is he likes to treat it like any other game. You know what I mean? He said about when we lost the final in Kiev, we went there that early. Had like 2 weeks over there, but when we played the final in Madrid, we just went like we would do for any other European game. We went like a couple of days before. Just play it down, just treat it like another game. So you play in the game, not the occasion. And I think that'll be his game plan again. He'll just try and downplay it, and he'll wear all his usual gear.
Chris Welsh has been as confident as ever, which is nice to see. That win easily seals us Champions League football for next season and back up to second highest we can finish this season. Yeah, I think so, but I'm not giving up on the league yet. Best diving header I've seen since that Lovren won against Bournemouth. Oh yeah, Lovren scoring. Yeah, that's a rarity. Brentford good win for momentum as well. All Sunday League player clubs score more league goals than Sancho. Whoever's saying Phillips up front is clearly a little kid. Surely. Yeah, definitely. Phillips at centre forward would still get you more goals than Werner. Maybe they are a relative of Nats. Maybe. Ox could be back this weekend, apparently. Yep, I have seen that. Klopp only wore suit for us in 2016 League Cup Final versus City, so I don't think he will. I think he needs you up that tradition of wearing suits at Wembley. Well, yeah, I suppose.
What does it actually matter? It's not a formal event. You're not going to your ma's wedding. Like, you're not going to a funeral either. What does it matter if you're wearing a suit or a trackie? You go into a footy match. You're not expecting the fans to rock up at Wembley like full black cap and gown. You know what I mean? You're not expecting like girls to walk in ball gowns, like with gloves up their arms. It's not a masquerade ball. You go into a footy match. Like, he's going to stand in the cold on the pitch side, shouting at the players. You don't need to be in a suit for that, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I think that is very, very fair. Very, very quickly, man of the match shout, Sophie.
I'm going to go Fabinho for that game. He was brilliant.
Fabinho. Jack?
Yeah, Fabinho. Yeah.
Dan?
I can't even remember the game, so I'll just say Fabinho, mate. I agree with everybody else. I can't remember it. It was just dead unmemorable, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think unanimous ones are saying Fabinho. Connor, got anyone different, or is it going to be Fab?
It is Fabinho. Just say Joel Matip for the fun of it.
That little run was hilarious, Literally, me and my dad were laughing about how just before we finished, like when Joel Matip runs, it's like, I'm going on an adventure. And my dad was like, you reckon when he does that, he just goes wee in his head. And as he went on that run through the midfield, a lad further down the road from us, and I went, go on, Joel, lad, go on a little adventure.
I swear, he's going to score one of those these days.
He's brilliant.
He is going to score one of those these days.
The runs are brilliant, but I don't think one's ever led to anything, has he?
No.
He likes slams through everyone, but I don't think he's ever had an assist or a goal. He's never had a goal from one. I don't think he's even had an assist.
Leeds, he grabbed an assist.
It's like when he goes on those runs, everyone kind of stops. Like, no one runs at him. They'll just stand there and go, go on, lad, go on.
Honestly, right. His dribbling stats must be like the best in the league. but like dribbles attempted and completed because he just slaloms past people, doesn't he? And he never seems to get like tackled at the first man. I don't know how he does it, but he's got something, hasn't he?
He's saving that for the Champions League, isn't he? He's going to dribble past 5 players in the final, and he's just going to bang one, isn't he?
You know what? If John Matip scores a goal from there, that's going to go down as goal of the century or something, isn't it? Like, imagine the memes and the videos that are going to be linked from The Hobbit to that. You can just
absolutely. I'm going to be slightly different. I'm going to say that I thought Curtis Jones was excellent. I'm going to give Curtis Jones man of the match. I would give Curtis Jones, but nice to see Minamino get a birthday goal. By the way, nice to see him get a birthday goal. To be fair, their goalkeeper literally just gave it to him. Gave it to him.
To you from Bobby to Minamino.
Yeah.
Me, and it was like, no, go on, you have it. No, you score it. No, you score. Come on, it's your birthday. You score it.
It was lovely. Kian saying, Klopp rocks up at Wembley in a pair of jeans, flat cap, and a Liverpool top, calling Tuchel a knobhead auf Deutsch. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yes.
Oh, don't
that was awful. That was awful. That was the 1996 FA Cup final, wasn't it?
Yeah. If they would have been great. But you know what the worst thing about it was? All the shoes were all mismatched. That's terrible. Some of them had like cream shoes, some of them had black shoes. It's awful. That was the worst thing about it.
Yeah. Our centre back is running at us. What do we do? Yeah. I prefer Matt to stay back in defence, but if he scores by doing chicken running, then I'll go wild, of course. If he doesn't, then egg on face moment. I'm shocked Minamino didn't blast it over. Just messing. Hello, Victory George. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you are doing well. Thank you very much for tuning in. So we will go to the next topic, and it is a big game at the weekend, actually. Last time we played Crystal Palace away, we won 7-0. Bloody hell! I don't think it's going to be anything like that, though, Connor. But how impressive have you been with Palace under Vieira?
Pleasantly surprised. To be honest with you, mate, I think they've been brilliant. Watched Patrick Vieira at Nice and thought he played terrible football. It was just defensively woeful, going forward, not the best. Comes to Crystal Palace and changes my mind instantly. Will it be a 7-0? No, it won't. It'll be 8-0. It will.
I love it. Went to my prediction. We will.
But no, it's a huge game for us. Look, I'm still positive. I still think Liverpool can try and win the Premier League. If we win our game in hand, win this, beat City, it's a lot to ask, but still, it would be down to 5 points then. And anything can happen in this league, and it is that. And if Liverpool can win, against Palace, which normally is a very, very tough place to go for Liverpool, without Mane, without Salah, it just gives everyone a boost of confidence. And then of course that international break. Then we have to win. We can't draw. We definitely can't lose. It has to be a win. A way to have any chance, and as well, not only keeping up with City as well, to try and move away from Chelsea as well, because they just keep dropping points at the minute. So huge game. And look, I think it'll be a very entertaining game, because Palace, either way, they're going to try and go for Liverpool.
Yeah. Jack, are you relieved that there's not one Wilfred Zaha playing at the weekend?
Oh yeah, I hate him because he's a good player. And especially when we played him at Anfield not too long ago anyway, he was their only threat. Well, every time he comes to Anfield, he gives Trent a little torrid time. But yeah, most definitely, mate. And I think they do set up perfectly for Liverpool. I think, obviously, just having a little look at the results, obviously the 3-2 game against West Ham at home. West Ham got a win there, 1 against Millwall, 1-1 against Brighton. And obviously they got battered by Spurs. But you've got a goal threat. Obviously, I don't know if Edouard's fit, but they've been going with Benteke in recent weeks, and it's been working. So, but I think we should have definitely the tools to do the job. And I think, as I said, you mentioned the 7-0. They set up well, and they set up the way that is perfect for this Liverpool side, and for me, I'm very confident. But I think it's helped with obviously them in the transition of having Hodgkinson, Big Boy, going from him to then obviously Patrick Vieira. It's worked well with his attacking philosophy, and then is defensively, I think, similar to like David Moyes as well. But yeah, he's a great manager. I've been very impressed with how they've played this season.
There's one name that really comes to mind when you're talking about Crystal Palace, Dan. It's Conor Gallagher.
Oh, he's been brilliant, hasn't he? He's Chelsea, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what a production line they've got at the minute. I mean, they've got obviously the guys in the team, haven't they? The fullback, Reece James, Mason Mount, brilliant. And then outside, they've got Conor Gallagher and they've got Billy Gilmore and they've got loads of others, haven't they? They seem to be having an absolute rich period off their sort of academy production line. But yeah, he's been a real top player. I mean, I didn't know much about him, and then when I seen him, but I heard this name, Conor Gallagher. He's a good player. He's going to play. When he played at Anfield, he was really good. He sort of stands out, doesn't he, with his blonde hair and his sort of flowing locks and that. And he was awesome. He was really good that game. I seen him score. He scored some great goals this season. He scored a great one against Everton, didn't he? That Brentford in the top corner. So yeah, he's going to be a threat. Looks like a real top player. And he's only on loan, isn't he? He's not. I don't think he'll be.
Think so.
I don't know what'll happen. It's hard to see what's going to happen with him. Is it because Chelsea? Is he going to get a game at Chelsea? I don't know. Are they going to leave Matt Palace for another season? It's difficult to say, isn't it? But he looks like a real talent.
Yeah.
As regards Palace, I mean, it's one of the things we always sort of say, it's a tough place for us to go. But if you actually look at the results over the last 3 or 4 years, we've actually done pretty well there. I think we've won the last 3 or 4 there in the league. We had that really sticky spell during from about 2014 to about 2017 where we had that horrible period. We had the Istanbul game. We had Gerrard's last game at Anfield. We had a few really sticky games. It was horrible. We had Klopp's first defeat as well. It was against Crystal Palace, weren't it? They were a bit of a thorn in our side, but we seem to have got over that now. Obviously, culminating with the 7-0 last season. But yeah, I mean, it'd be a different game, obviously, on Sunday with the full crowd and that there. But yeah, I think it's about what we can do, whether we can get the goals, to be honest with you. Because yeah, we got the goals last night, but last Thursday or whatever, we struggled, didn't we? Without the main guys. So we're going to see. But it's a big one because everyone was dreading it, wasn't it, all season? The Afcon was like this big cloud in the sky, wasn't it? Everyone was going, what are we going to do with the Afcon? What are we going to do with the Afcon? But if we can get through this with a win, we've managed that period superbly, haven't we? I think we'll have won every game apart from the Arsenal game, which we still won the tie overall. So what an good thing that'd be if we could get through that period.
Yeah, definitely. The one question mark though, Connor, is obviously about Palace. Who's going to be in goal? Because Jack Butland started the last few, and obviously Vicente Guaita is, he's obviously number one. Butland's played the last 2 at Millwall and Brighton. Do you expect to see Guaita or do you expect to see Butland?
To be honest, I'm not really asked. Whoever starts for him. I know that Guaita, I think he's a very decent goalkeeper when he is playing. Jack Butland, I remember when we were linked with him back in 2017 when we were on our goalkeeper crisis way back when. But yeah, I'm just not asked. I'm just like, which one's weakest? Probably Jack Butland, in my opinion. So Jack Butland.
Yeah, I would definitely say so as well. But
who was the goalie Palace had? He was like a long-serving guy, and he was like number 4 keeper. But they had a goalkeeping price, and he come to Anfield and he played, and he threw a couple in.
Oh, Julian Speroni.
Yeah, he threw a couple in, and we won, and everyone was saying, it's a big farce and all that, and it was. He come out of nowhere and threw a couple in. It was a great day, that.
Yeah, but like I am actually looking at obviously touch wood, this doesn't happen, but I am looking actually at the last couple of visits there. The last defeat we had was 2015, was the Neil Warnock days, and we were wearing that yellow kit. I pray to God that we do not wear that bloody McDonald's kit that we wore at Arsenal. But, you know, if it wins us against Arsenal, then it'll obviously try and win us against
I don't mind it, you know. I feel like I'm like the Lone Ranger or something. I just don't mind it. I think it looks great on the telly. I think it looks great on the kids when I go to my kids' footy and they've got it on. It looks great on them. The only thing that I don't really like is the colour, but I think the yellow and the red's awesome.
Yeah, Palace have just been tipping along under Vieira. It's nice to see a team give a new... put your teeth in, Douglas. Give a young, new manager time to implement his game plan. Yeah, I'm liking the work Vieira is imparting on the Eagles. I'm not saying Hodgson did a bad job, but Vieira, Gallagher and Court are on the next level up. Yeah, I like the style of play that they're playing. I think the little one should make the prediction. Oh, okay.
You may.
No, Dan's little one that was on the screen there like a wee minute ago. Palace, one of the best fans, home and away, make it tough for anyone at Selhurst Park, 100%. Especially that lot behind the goal as well. Awful pity Mane isn't playing. His record at Palace is bizarre. Isn't it like 11 straight games he scored against Palace or something? It's something crazy like that. I'm watching game of the season, Watford, Norwich, nothing else to watch. Game of the season.
I think he's being sarcastic. He's being sarcastic, isn't he?
I think that is either being very, very sarcastic or being extremely bold and saying it's the game of the season. Might be the game of the season to those two, but I wouldn't be too surprised if that finished 0-0. Because both
a big win of Norwich. That's a 6-pointer, isn't it? We said this about Newcastle. Norwich,
yeah,
and Newcastle bottled.
Total football, says Kian. Don't see Gallagher made Chelsea starting 11. Chelsea are a team with established European players in the 11. Gallagher better off at Palace or elsewhere. Yeah. Hello, Jeannie. Thank you for tuning in. If Lampard was still Chelsea manager, Gallagher would be at Chelsea, 100%. Liz is going for 4-1. Ooh, interesting. Hi, Jeannie. Actually, Douglas Guaita's 13. Oh. Oh dear. Hello, Albie. 3-2 to the Reds, says Helen. Well, Salah be coming back after Egypt will get knocked out by Ivory Coast, which would be good for us. Yeah, I think Ivory Coast are going to win that game as much as I can.
I want Ricky Lambert for the Ballon d'Or. Like, if Mel wins the international tournament, it helps him massively. But it needs him carrying the whole team for like a couple of games. Demand so much out of him.
Ricky Lambert up front that day, legend. Yeah, didn't he score that day?
He scored that day. Lead, didn't he? After like
put us in the lead, and we lost 3-1 to what were absolute wonder free kicks by Milivojevic, who doesn't seem to be in the past first team fold. I need to get my teeth in. Nah, I'm joking. I'm loving it. Funny enough, because I hated it initially, but now I actually have the shirt. It's not that bad in person. Interesting. Good man, Dan. Don't mind the kit either. All about performing on the pitch. Don't mind about kit you wear. Couldn't be bothered if you wore a thong on the pitch. How long we win, all that matters. Genie going for 1-0. I think it could be an interesting game for sure. So we'll come to match lineups. Sophie, I'm guessing Ali will be back in goal.
Yeah. I'm gonna go same lineup as yesterday. To be honest, I think
same lineup.
Back in place of Canate.
Did Matip come off at half time? Didn't he yesterday?
Yeah.
Was he injured? Do we know any more about that?
No, I thought it was because he was injured. Because I was like, I panicked. I was like, well, because Klopp doesn't hook players at half time. But apparently it was a pre-planned change because they had 5 subs. It was a pre-planned change to give Matip a little bit of a rest and Canate some extra minutes. So.
Okay, cool. Good.
I think it could be the same team bar maybe Konate coming from Matip, but I think that probably.
Do you think Gordon will start again?
Yeah, for me.
I could see Gordon starting, yeah.
I think he might start, actually. I think he likes having that pace out on the wing, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Unless Ox is actually ready to play another game, then I don't know if he'll be back. But
did we play Palace at the beginning of the season when he got injured? It wasn't Palace he got injured, was it? Did Harvey start against Palace?
No.
No.
It was after.
Yeah, it was after.
He played the first 4, didn't he, of the season? It was Leeds he got injured against.
Does anybody else even remember that game any more than Harvey getting in? Because I know we were having a brilliant game, but it's like my mind's gone blank apart from him getting injured.
Yeah, it was 2. I think it was 2-0, wasn't it?
It was 2 or 3-0. It was a brilliant.
Yeah,
3-0.
I'm pretty sure Mane missed about 42 chances and then blasted one in at the end.
Yeah.
I think it was 3-0 because Keita scored the absolute beauty that day. That was when Guaita.
Did Fabinho scored as well?
I think so.
It was Konate's and Virgil's first game together. Remember that?
I think so. Yeah. Let me just double check.
Yeah,
I think it was Salah scored because I think he thought that he broke the African records because he took his shirt off, didn't he? I think he thought he broke the record.
I reckon Mane scored near the end, and I'm sure Fabinho scored. It was like an ugly one off a corner. It sort of fell when he blasted it in.
Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah, and Naby Keita. Interesting.
Completely just imagined the goal there.
Yeah. The lineup in particular that day, it was Ali, Milner right back, Konate, Van Dijk, Tsimikas, Henderson, Fabinho, Thiago, Mane, Jota, Salah. And Kian says that you're thinking of Leeds with the Mane goal and Elliott injury.
Yeah.
We know. We're talking about the fact that he was injured before the Palace game, and I just think the game in general. Does anyone actually remember anything about that game where Elliott got injured, apart from Elliott getting injured? And I led us all off topic. Sorry.
No, that's all right. That's okay. Chris Ross going for 2-0 Liverpool. I think the question is who will partner Virgil and who partners Hendo and Fab. Yeah, I would still go with Curtis. Curtis Jones for me. So definitely. 2-0 win and Mane scores somehow. Yeah, from 6,000 miles in Cameroon. Yeah, I don't think so, but you never know. Can't go wrong with it. Robbo or Tsimikas though. Douglas has caught the long-ton CV. I can't get my words out tonight. I don't know why. Keita scored a goal that game. I can remember that. Yeah. Fabinho scored against either Leeds or Norwich. It was Leeds. I think he scored.
How many goals has Fabinho got this season? Has he got in the league?
3.
Must be about
3, I think.
3, yeah. I say he's on goals going for this season already.
What is it, Leeds?
Who's being sarcastic? I know you were being sarcastic, Chris. Don't worry. Matt had felt something, so they took him off to be safe. Right, predictions. This is going to be interesting, this game. Sophie, I know you don't do predictions, so shall I leave you out of this? Or?
Yeah.
Yep, that's fine. Jack?
6-0, I'll go.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'll go 6-0. Okay, go on, get an hat-trick, but well, no, but I'll go 6-0. Gotta be confident, haven't you? No one clipped this. But yeah, I'll go 6-0.
Mr. 1-1?
No, I'll go for the Liverpool win. I think it will be tough because Palace haven't played midweek, have they? No, and obviously we have played. And that you know, I know it's normally Europa League, but Thursday, Sundays can normally be a struggle, can't they? And then I don't think we've quite got the firepower to really blow teams away at the moment. So I think it might be another bit of a ploddy one, and I think it might just be a 1-0.
Good evening to the statistician that is Mr. Rory Fitzgerald. Thank you for tuning in. I do appreciate you joining in. Connor, what are you going for?
2-0 Liverpool.
2-0.
Jota and Virgil for me.
I'm going 2-1. I think it's going to be a close game. I can see them scoring. I'm going to probably say Gallagher will probably go and net one. And I think it will be Jota. And I will Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones get one as well. 4-2 in the league. He's already outscored the previous 3 seasons combined. I thought he had more than 3. I prefer to not speak about Jack predictions.
Said that about Porto, Chris, and then look what happened.
Fabinho 5 goals all competitions. 5.
It's good, Dan, isn't it?
Oh,
if I can get to double figures, that'd be very good. by the end of the season.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad for a CDM. Now Dan hasn't gone 1-1. It will end 1-1. You watch now. 5. Which one is the 5th? I can only remember 4.
I think he should get more though, because how big he is in the box. I mean,
do we all agree that he should take more penalties?
No.
Yes, given his record and pens for Monaco and everything. But
Salah's the man, isn't he? Salah likes being the goal scorer, so if he plays, he's gonna score. He's gonna want to take them.
Like Salah, obviously I won't say this, but like if obviously Salah's not on the pitch, Fabinho can take the pens.
Yeah, Milner.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think he's like third choice now, isn't he? Obviously, Salah number 1. Milner, if he's on the pitch, will take, but if he's not, I think as we've seen in the FA Cup game, was it? I think obviously he fell to Fabinho now.
Yeah, I think so.
But he was like the penalty. Sorry, Doug. He was the penalty hero, wasn't he, for Monaco? But then on his debut, and I think it was only a pre-season, he missed one, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. I think he's only missed ever one pen.
Yeah, I think he'll be third.
In the ring, do you for penalties? Like, I think we very rarely go to penalty shootouts where obviously we go through the standards of the order, of penalty takers. But I think, like the lad said, it's always Mo, or it's either going to be Mo or it's going to be Milner. If it's not Milner, it's going to be like Bobby or he's not a name that you put that high up.
Rory says, I popped a 10-second video on Twitter. Klopp was getting Henderson into a different position just 3 minutes before the goal. Interesting. I will need to. I'll need to go and have a wee look at that. Fabinho should be third in the penalty orders behind Milner and Salah. An Asian sensational. May I join soon? Well, you can join. You can join very, very soon. Just DM me or Instagram me. Anyway, but last bit of thing that we will discuss tonight. There's been a little bit of transfer gossip potentially concerning one Fabio Carvalho. Now, obviously, I know Mr. Connor Niblett is doing a stream at 9 o'clock, but I've already done a video. Obviously, go check that out as well. I think this has legs. I actually do think this has legs. He's available for 5 million. I think Fulham will want to cash in on him now. If they don't sell him in January, then what's going to happen is I think we're going to have to potentially pay a compensation fee.
Tribunal, won't it? I think.
It'll be the same as Harvey Elliott. It's the same as Harvey Elliott. So if that was to be the case, Sophie, do you think it'll be 1 in, 1 out?
I honestly, I don't know. The first I heard about this Carvahlo was today. That I've only heard what the rumours today. So I've not really read much into what's going behind it or anything, but I just think if Phillips wants to go, he's going to go.
Yeah.
I mean, coupled with the fact that we've recalled Reece from loan, kind of adds a little bit of weight to the fact that maybe Phillips is wanting out, and we just need to make sure we've got that extra centre back there. But I don't know. It's like it's apples and oranges, isn't it? You know, Phillips wants out, but does that mean we're going to bring someone else in? You don't know, do you? I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, Jack, what do you think? You think we're getting this Carvalho?
Yeah, I was speaking to Luke from the 1892 Reds podcast. His mate's a Fulham supporter, season ticket holder, and he said he's probably got the biggest potential since Ryan Sessegnon, when he went to Spurs. But he even said he's got bigger potential than Harvey Elliott, and if that is the case, then we've got a potential of signing of a very good player, if that is the case. But if we did sign him, blow him back out to Fulham, and if they do come back into the Prem, hopefully, then he'll get some Prem experience as well. But 5 million, if he has got that rumoured potential, then you've got a hell of a player for very little.
Yeah. Dan, obviously, I'm guessing you probably haven't seen this Carvalho play for Fulham.
Don't know anything about him. I'm guessing he's a centre back, is he?
No, he's a winger / attacking midfielder.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bit more exciting then. Yeah, it was a bit nonplussed. I thought it was just like 1 in, 1 out at centre back. You know what I mean? So I thought, we're quite well stocked there. But yeah, if he's a winger, I mean, it's a bit more exciting, isn't it? But yeah, maybe loan him out or whatever. back to Fulham and let him come up with them. They're going to come up, aren't they? They're flying at the moment, aren't they?
They're absolutely flying. They're 5 points ahead.
They've scored 19 goals in the last 3 games, I believe.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Marco Silva, the ex-Everton man, coming good. Maybe they'll get him back as manager.
What was it? Was it 7-0? 7-0 against Reading, 6-2 against Birmingham. I think they scored 6 another week as well. They've just been absolutely flying.
It's 19 in the last 3 matches, yeah. They're playing out of the skins at the moment.
It's madness. Connor, are you excited about Carvalho?
Yeah, like Jack said, if you listen to a couple of Fulham fans, he has a very, very high ceiling, which, if done correct, is brilliant. I think he will be put back on loan. Liverpool would be stupid to not get him now, because it would cost more to get him in the summer because of the tribunal. Like, was it 5 million, loan him out for 6 months, finish the season at Fulham? I think he's on 9 goals and 4 assists from playing in midfield mainly, and that's what Liverpool need. We need goals in midfield. That's what everyone says. And look, we all love how Harvey Elliott's, how good he is now and how good he could become. If Carvalho is potentially meant to be better, potential wise than Harvey Elliott, then it's a no-brainer in my opinion. And £5 million. It's one of those. It's one of those Robbo steals, isn't it? Again.
100%.
Where are the rumours coming from, guys? Have they had any any legitimate sources?
James Pearce tweeted about it today.
That's promising, isn't it? So yeah, I mean, if it's coming from him, you'd expect it to have some legs anyway, whether it comes off, but it certainly seems like an interesting.
Yeah,
so
certainly feels that for the first time this window, there's definitely some legs to this as well.
I wouldn't put much stock on what James Pearce says, to be fair, because in the summer he came on podcasts and was saying that Liverpool were definitely going to do another signing in addition to Canate. It was definitely another signing on the way. It was 100% going to happen, and then nothing happened from it. So I don't think he's always as clued up as people expect him to be. I think sometimes because he's the font of all knowledge, he's fed false information. But I wouldn't put too much stock on his name.
Just to cut Jimbo a bit of slack, what I would say about Liverpool is we've had deals sort of done before, haven't we? And then we've dropped out and waited for them. So, I mean, like we've done with Van Dijk, and, so we can't get our man, we drop out regardless. So it might have mean that we had a deal lined up for someone like maybe Rafinha, and it might have just got pulled at the last minute.
Yeah, maybe.
But I'm just saying, I'm not saying he doesn't know, and I'm not saying I don't believe him when he says things, because I do, but it's just don't put all your eggs in one basket just because James Pearce is.
Shame to see Captain Madface.
Certainly, sorry to say, I'll get more excited over James Pearce than Indy Kyler and people like that.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Yeah, me too. Shame to see Captain Madface 2.0 leave. Still, his contributions cannot be forgotten. No, absolutely not. I can't see us doing business this window at all, or business will be done this summer. He looks good. I watch EFL football, but greatest respect in the world. Okay, doing in the Championship as a competitive league, but he's so young. We need to be put back on loan. Yeah, he's only 19, which makes me feel very, very old. Didn't we sign Elliott from Fulham as well? Yeah. Bad news, Pierce says, Chris, who's this Carvalho lad? How old is he? He is 19 years old, born in 2002.
Oh.
That makes me feel old, and I'm only what?
He's 19. Oh my God.
Yeah. And I
feel now I'm at the age, and I know Doug and Jack, you'll probably feel the same, because you're at the same age as me now. Like when I was younger, and my dad used to go, God, these lads now, they're just babies. And I'd be like, no, they're in their 20s. Literally now, I'm sat here going, you're a baby, and you're playing regular football in the big leagues. Like I'm sat there going, I feel really old, and I'm not even like going on 30 yet.
Well, I'm 30 in July, so
yeah. Gordon's 17 though, isn't he? He's even younger, and you're like,
I know. Yeah. It is mental. It is mental. But I think this one has definitely got legs. Just by the way, Watford Norwich, 30 minutes gone, and it is 0-0. So I think my 0-0 might be on, to tell you the truth. But before we go, does everyone want... Bloody hell. I really need to learn how to speak through these things. Questions for the panel. Does everyone have any questions? It could be about anything, really. Now, obviously, there isn't any football next week because of, obviously, this winter break or anything. I mean, obviously, I think the thing is, for me, does anyone want to have like a just a night off next Friday? Because obviously there's no football.
Let's all meet up and go for a pint.
If I'm out of isolation, I'm up for going for a pint.
Go get on a train, come down. Well, God.
That would be very, very nice. That would be very, very nice to do. Yes, I know there's still
if that ever happens, Doug, right? We should do a Friday night podcast from like live in like a pub.
Yeah, in a gaff. Yeah,
that would be nice. That would be an idea.
After half an hour, I'd be in the corner going.
Not too many Jaeger bombs. I'm flying. Is my mic on mute? No, we're in a pub, mate.
Well,
he just
don't
sit in the corner. Talking to himself like he's on mute.
Well, I am going to try and get down. I will try and get down at some point. I just don't know when, because obviously, wedding year being at wedding year, so obviously I have to save money. But hopefully I'll get down. Hopefully I'll get down for sure.
What's money? I don't know what money is anymore, and I just don't care at this point either.
Pubs open up again by this time. Great. Next week, great. I'm working the night shift. No. Oh, ouch. That's not good. Yeah, probably not a good idea doing the pub, just saying. It'd be funny though.
I think it's a brilliant idea.
Down feels rap do it, don't they? Down feels rap do it. Let's see after them.
Just play one of them. Do you not know who we are?
Stay in your lane, please.
Am I going to decorate the flat with LFC stuff? Do you know what? There should be something up there. There should be something up there. I'm thinking maybe possibly. I haven't decided, but yeah.
Nabby Cater, isn't he? And kissed him at night. I know that's
Jack and Connor in a pub. Jesus Christ, that's a bit harsh.
No,
that'd make it.
We're good.
I'm good banter, Chris. I bet you're boring, aren't you, Chris? You probably order Strongbow dark roots, don't you? You one of them, right?
Hey, Strongbow dark fruits is a good drink. I like that.
Yeah, it's nice, but I don't go take a drink that on a night out.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about my 24th birthday because I drank about 5 of those, and by about midnight, I was away with it. I was dancing on the tables. So yeah. I'm just warning you.
We'll be all good laugh anyway. It'll be a good laugh anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, it's been another fantastic podcast. Obviously, a bit of a celebration stream getting to the final of the Carabao, as we all say. Sophie, thank you very much for joining us. Obviously, get well soon as well.
Sorry, I had to mute myself. I was having a cough fit again. No, thank you.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. Jack, thank you as always. What have you got coming up on your channel, considering we've got an international break coming up?
It's probably 1 or 2 transfer videos. Everyone loves a transfer video, mate, but probably post-match and obviously half-season review, if you can do that. I know we'll pass the halfway point, but I'm quite late with my videos as always. But yeah, cheers for having me on, mate. It's a pleasure. Thank you. I do appreciate it. Hopefully, Sophie, you're okay.
I'm all good.
But yeah, and everyone.
I'm just milking it for the fun of it now. Like, oh, you're so ill.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Dan, thank you very much for coming on.
No
You can go
problem,
back to your
mate.
decorating.
No, I've hoovered up and all that now. We've got a plaster coming, so I just have to prep up everything. But I've done it all and hoovered up now, so I'm just waiting for me lovely girlfriend to come in from work and then relax.
Oh, lovely! You've got the kids, haven't you? So that'll
certainly
nice.
have. Yeah, don't get away from them.
That's all right. Connor, thank you very much as always. Obviously, guys, check out Connor's stream at 9 o'clock. It is live, isn't it?
Yeah, surprisingly. Even I was like, I'm live? Yeah, I am live at 9.
Bloody hell! A potential signing live. Wow.
No, it's the fact that I asked Twitter and Twitter was like, just do it live. It's like, okay, that saves me about 2 hours of editing. Like, I'm happy with that.
That's fine. That sounds fine by me. Mainly me. Probably more Afcon. It'll just be probably Afcon coming this week. So yeah, that'll be it. I don't remember my 34th. Never mind the 24th. That's true. Not a big crowd of people, but not a big fan of crowd of people anyway. Trying to stay away from pubs. Connor not doing Mbappe video for once. Nice one, guys. Better soon, Sophie, and thank you for the stream, Douglas and panel. So I will see you all in a couple of weeks time, when we'll obviously be previewing the Cardiff game as well. But guys, enjoy your week off. I'm pretty sure you will. And I will see you very, very soon. And until then, you'll never walk alone. Cheers, Reds.